Thank you. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Mayor Beagle,
I'm here.
Deputy Mayor Resnick,
Present.
Councilmember Behrman,
Present.
Councilmember Gotchall, Councilmember Brendan Fox. Here. Councilmember Sharp,
Present.
Councilmember Smiley.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Changes or additions to the agenda as presented tonight. City Manager Brown.
I have none, sir.
Assistant City Manager Benson.
I do have one, sir. We are recommending adding under consent agenda item number 1, a recommendation to authorize the purchase of 1540 North Wixom. We did distribute this information to City Council at the dais. If conversation was desired, it could also be put under new business.
Yep. We'll have that, we can make that decision up when we get to the consent agenda. All right, next up, approval of minutes. We got one set of minutes to approve tonight, and that's from the regular city council meeting of December 10th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
Support.
Very good. Any discussion? Seeing none, I got a motion and a second to approve the minutes of the regular city council meeting of December 10th, 2024. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Correspondence, we have one item of correspondence tonight, and that is the resignation letter from Councilmember Robert Smiley. And that moves us on to a presentation. We have a proclamation of appreciation and service for Robert Smiley. Come down here with me. As most everybody knows here tonight, that this is the last city council meeting for Councilmember Smiley, as he's been elected to fulfill our area as our county commissioner. And so we have a little proclamation that we have for him, and I'll read it, and it's as follows. Whereas the city of Wixom is proud to recognize Wixom resident and city council person Robert Smiley for his services to the community, and whereas Robert Smiley has resided in Wixom for the last 16 years with his wife and their 3 sons, while also serving the Wixom community in various roles, including volunteer services with the Lakes Area Community Coalition, the Wixom Community Foundation, and the Wall Lake Central High School Football Boosters. And whereas Robert Smiley has served as a Wixom City Council member for since January 1st, 2016, for a total of nearly 9 years to the service of the city, and whereas Robert Smiley has demonstrated exemplary dedication, commitment, and service in a role as council person by cheerfully devoting countless hours to his duties as council person and going above and beyond to make a significant impact on the city of Wixom. And whereas with the support of Robert Smiley, city employee retirement pensions were 100% funded, the city's logo was updated and branding was formed, and many successful employee contracts were settled, investments in the city's infrastructure and public safety services were made, and on an operating millage was executed. And whereas through his hard work and enthusiasm, Robert Smiley has showed his unwavering integrity, leadership, and care, earning the respect and admiration of colleagues, employees, and community members alike. And whereas Councilmember Robert Smiley resigned from the Wixom City Council on December 31st, 2024, in order to fulfill his new role on the Oakland County Board of Commissioners by still serving the city of Wixom, but in a different capacity. And now, therefore, this being his last regular meeting as member of the Wixom City Council, on behalf of the residents of Wixom and the mayor of the city council, thereby in recognition of outstanding contributions of Robert Smiley to the city of Wixom, and express our deepest gratitude for their unwavering commitment and dedication to betterment of others, to present him with this proclamation and service on the 17th day of December 2024. Congratulations. You can say an hour later.
Just real quick, because it has to do with a little bit of just this specifically. So last week leading up to our meeting a week ago, I get a message from Crystal kind of last second saying, hey, I need you to fill this exit interview, I think that's what you called it, out. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't think we did that for council, but I don't know. What do I know? I never left council before. So, okay, and I printed out and literally just ran out the door with it to the meeting. I said, well, I'll fill it out between, agenda items. And I filled it out, and it was pretty quick and easy. I didn't really think a ton about what it meant until later. And I'm like, God, those are some strange questions, Who are my kids? What have I done else in the community? But, I'm not too quick sometimes. But then Thursday at our wonderful holiday luncheon, I hear Steve say to somebody, oh, we're going to have Cake Tuesday. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to put something together here. So I slide over to Crystal, and I was like, Crystal, should I invite my family to Tuesday's meeting? And she says, yeah. So they're here. I just want to point them out real quick. My parents, John and Judy Smiley, my lovely wife, Sandra, and one of my 3 boys, Joey. Glad they could make it, and this is super nice. I'm really touched by this. I obviously wasn't expecting it, but it's really cool, and I will put this in a place of prominence in my house. I love it. Thank you all. I have more to say at the end, but it's cake time, right?
No, we're going to do cake afterwards. Or do you want cake now?
Oh, sorry, that's fine.
Whatever you'd like to do.
Well, all right, we'll do cake after since we got a quick meeting.
Thank you.
All right, city managers' reports. We have departmental reports from November 24. Any questions? Councilmember Sharp?
Thank you, Mayor. I just had one for the building department. The code enforcement list, is that now under Ms. Underhill, our new code enforcement officer?
Yes.
And is that, I know she reports directly to you. I think that's correct, Mr. Benson. Is are those her numbers that are in there then?
Yes.
Okay. It didn't seem like a lot, so I'm hoping, I know she's getting rolling 2 months in, so.
Yeah, so there's a couple nuances. One, we did have some discussion about where specifically to place her reporting, right? And does that change compared to how we had done it previously? For the moment, at least, we're going to continue to place her stats in the building department monthly report. But I will say that one of the things that we've thought about is, are those numbers really the most accurate way to report what her activities look like? Because they don't always result in, I'll say, statistical numbers, right? There's a lot of things of like contact with individual property owners that maybe aren't recorded in our BS&A system. So I think we're going to continue to tweak what that looks like going forward, and maybe if there are specific situations or broader themes that we'll report on those. She has some interesting ideas on that as well. So going forward, you should continue to expect to see them there. The other thing I would say is that, and sort of the fortunate thing with her timing for starting is this is the slower time of year. We're going to start getting into sidewalk clearing issues, but the volume of things really pick up in the spring. So we should be in good shape.
Okay. I spoke with her at the holiday luncheon and was very impressed with her enthusiasm and her seeming happiness with the job. And she really seemed to be involved already, had some good ideas she was talking about. So it's good to hear that you're thinking about how to report more effectively and accurately on what her real job is, and not just number of grass, weed complaints and all on there. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Anybody else with a question for departmental reports? All right, seeing none, we'll move on to the consent agenda items. All items listed on the consent agenda will be enacted by one motion unless requested. It will be moved to new business, item number 2. Do I have a motion to approve this consent agenda as presented tonight? Thank you. I got a motion and support to approve the consent agenda as presented tonight. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Call to the public. The rules of the call to the public are as follows. The public shall address the council during the call to the public, which shall be included on the agenda immediately after correspondence, and again immediately after new business. The first call to the public immediately after correspondence shall be limited to agenda items only. A person shall not address the council in excess of 5 minutes unless the time is extended by a majority vote of the council present. Persons wishing to address the council shall identify themselves and their place of residence and shall state their reason for addressing the council, and all comments by the public shall be made directly to the council. Do we have anybody for the first call to the public? Seeing none, I'll close the first call to the public. We have no unfinished business tonight, which will bring us to the only item under new business tonight, and that is a recommendation to approve the amendments renewing operation and maintenance agreements for the wastewater treatment facilities and the water system facilities with F&V Operations of Grand Rapids, Michigan for 5 additional years with a first-year annual cost of $1,367,801 and approve the associated budget amendments. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Mr. Sigma.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and members of council. Yes, over the last year, we've reviewed the contract that we have with F&V Operations. And they, as you know, they operate the water and the wastewater facilities for the city of Wixom. And in that process, we hired Black & Veatch to review the contract operations piece of that and to see if or we had missed anything in their operation of the plants. We did find a couple of things that were noted in the report that you have in front of you, and they have since either completed the changes that were requested or are in the process of doing that. And we feel that based on their recommendation and the general use that they've provided over the last year, that it's a recommendation that we continue this contract for another 5 years. With that being said, the only change or caveat to that was a potential increase in their fees. That's primarily based on the CPI index that we have in the contract, although it has been capped at 3.25, and over the last 4 years, it's been above that. So we were able to I guess, get some relief from that in the contract, and we were able to save close to $80,000 over the length of that in the past, and they're now requesting a change, a 1-year increment to add that back into this contract. With that said, we still keep the remaining 4 years of the contract as a 3.25 maximum. So if the CPI goes up to 1.62, that year would be only a 1.62 increase. If it goes up to 4.10 or 4.6, I mean, it would still only be 3.25 as a maximum potential increase for under the contract. Those are the real things that were reviewed as part of this. And if you have any questions, we have Ruben John, our project manager, and Matt Hoser, the regional manager for F&V here, to answer any questions that I couldn't answer for you.
Any questions, Don? Deputy Mayor Resnick?
Maybe just one comment.
Sure.
As I read through, and I know Mr. John does a very thorough job on his monthly reporting for the operations, but in the past, and maybe this was 10 years ago or so, in the regulatory contact section on the summary letter in the front, we used to always say there were no exceedances reported. And a lot of times that would help, you know, not having to comb through and see if there was an exceedance here or there.
Yeah.
As an EMDMR report, it doesn't mean a lot to the layman.
Right.
So if we could just add that, if there was an exceedance reported in one factor or the other, but that would, I know it's not related to the contract,
But
but
we can definitely
gonna be
put that into the
renewing
next
it.
monthly reports.
thank you.
Anybody else? Oh, very good.
Thank you.
I'm very satisfied and pleased with the last 5 years and looking forward to the next 5 years with you guys. So I have a motion and support to approve the recommendation to approve the amendments renewing operation and maintenance agreements for the wastewater treatment facilities and the water system facilities with F&V Operations at Grand Rapids, Michigan for 5 additional years with a first-year annual cost of $1,367,801 and approve the associated budget amendments. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And that concludes the new business portion of the meeting tonight. Brings us to the second call to the public. I will not read the rules to the calls to the public, but this time, if you want to come up and speak whatever's in your mind.
No,
That's a
that was-
consent-
that-
Yeah, that's a consent item. Yep, that's all right.
I put it on my agenda.
If anybody wants to come up and speak their mind, feel free. All right, seeing none, I'll close the second call to the public and move on to city manager comments. City Manager Brown.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a brief statement here, just thanking everybody for all the work that has been put in 2024 and looking to work together again in 2025. With Councilmember Smiley, at the county commissioner level, we'll be working together still. Looking forward to 2025. We've got work anniversaries with 7 employees ranging in service from 23 years out of the police department with Lieutenant Mark Bradley to Adam Freshwater in the PD with 5 years. So I just wanted to make mention of those 2 individual people on the work anniversaries, and thank everybody for all their work and effort on behalf of the city.
And we have somebody in the audience tonight who's celebrating 7 years.
Correct. Should have had that in there, right? Cheryl Lucas in my office, my administrative assistant, we just commented on that she started just after I did, because I think I'm going to be up on 8 years this year. So congratulations to Cheryl, too.
You have to wave, Cheryl. There you are.
Thanks for saying that, Mayor. Appreciate it.
Assistant City Manager Benson.
I have no additional comments.
Very good. Council comments. We're going to do things a little different tonight. Councilmember Sharp?
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Councilmember Smiley for his election to county commissioners. I also want to thank him when he is now resigned. I am no longer, eventually, in a couple of weeks, I won't be the least senior member on the dais, so I'm looking forward to that. So thank you for winning. I wanted to thank Director McGee and Director Sigma for getting the clock installed. The thing looks fantastic and the time's right. And good spot. That area is really coming together with the buildings torn down. It looks really nice. And I want to wish everyone happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Kwanzaa, Festivus. I'm forgetting I knew I shouldn't have done any of them. Passover? Hanukkah, guys. Sorry. It's terrible.
He's actually a senior.
Oh, and that's it. Thank you.
Councilmember Gretchen Fox?
I too would like to congratulate and wish best wishes to Robert Smiley. It's been a pleasure working with you. I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all those celebrating work anniversaries. And then lastly, also, happy holidays. I'm going to leave all the rest of it out. Cover it with happy holidays to everyone. Thank you.
Councilmember Gottschall?
I got excited with the Festivus, airing of grievances. I have a list already. I wanted to wish Mr. Smiley well. It's been very nice working and learning with you the last 9 years since we got on council together, and to see how things in the city have changed in that time. The projects that did come to fruition, the ones that haven't yet, like hotel accommodations tax
Yeah, we
and
never
things
got
like that. But I hope that you can have the same sort of impact on the county moving forward and help the city with the county as well. So good luck in your new seat.
Thanks, brother.
Councilmember Behrman?
Well, I guess I'll jump on the train of congratulating Commissioner Smiley, although he'll still be here at our meetings and sitting out there now.
Not every meeting.
What?
You got big shoes to fill.
What?
He didn't come to every meeting.
Yeah, but like every other.
Right,
All
exactly.
right, fair enough. Wish you the best, even though I've only worked with you for 5 years.
That's plenty.
Probably. Also, the firefighter breakfast with Santa, great event. Kids had a wonderful time, and the mayor did a really good job passing out ham. So,
That's my call in life. Passing out ham.
Could be worse things.
Yeah. All right. You good?
yeah.
Okay. Deputy Mayor Resnick?
Thank you, Mayor. I'd also like to thank Councilman Smiley for his 9 years here, and wish him well in his new position with the county. And,
Thank you, Tom.
It's an exciting change for you. And also would like to thank Joan Welsh for the donation of that land to finish what I always call where the sidewalk ends, now being completed. And wish everybody a happy and safe holiday.
All right, and I'd like to thank the firefighters for allowing me to serve ham and be at the Breakfast with Santa. That's a great event, and I'm honored to be able to hang out with those guys for a day and help them out with that great event. I want to thank everybody celebrating a work anniversary. Thank you for your service and your time to the city of Wixom. And I just want to congratulate and thank Councilmember Smiley for his years of service here. I've been honored to work and sit next to you up here, and got a lot of things done, and hopefully you take the same spark that you have here as a council person and take it to your commission seat. And don't forget, every time that some money comes up or something like that, you know, Wixom's the first one, not Walled Lake or Southland, but Wixom, all right? All right, and with that, the last speaker of the night, I'll turn it over to Councilmember Smiley.
Wow, another unexpected, fun element to this. I get to speak last. That never happens. It's always on the mayor. Before I have a few things prepared. It's not that long, but before I do, Drew, so just, do you want to say the Welsh purchase or donation? That's a big deal, isn't it? I wanted to give you a chance to tell us a little bit more about it for the record.
I'd be happy.
If you want.
No, sure.
That's a big win for you and us, right?
Yeah, no, it's been a process. As Councilman or Deputy Mayor Resnick mentioned, thank you to the Welsh family for being willing to donate that property.
Yeah.
It's been a sore spot for the city for a long time. It's been a piece of property that they haven't known what to do with. So it's nice that we've been able to come to a mutually beneficial situation where they donate the property and are able to have some sort of deduction on their taxes. Yeah, it's a great deal. Took a while to get together, and I really want to give a lot of credit to Beth Sorella and our legal team for helping really craft what such a transaction would look like and having the experience to get this together. So we're looking forward to hopefully closing on this, I would say, maybe before the end of the year, probably not, sometime early 2025, and being able to fill that gap.
Awesome. Well, I want to make sure we, recognize, our staff here for getting that done. That's great. Okay, so my last meeting feels a little weird.
I thought you said it wasn't long.
No, it's not as long as it looks. It feels a little strange, but anyway, I'd like to take a moment to express my gratitude to everyone, for the privilege of having, served on Wixom City Council these past 9 years. I want to thank Mayor Beagle and all my fellow council persons for, all of their hard work and dedication. The things that make this community so wonderful. It's nice when we all agree. But I have enjoyed some of the robust debates that comes up on occasion. You're all wicked smart and caring and diligent leaders of this community. And I will be a better commissioner of having worked with you all. And I just want you to know you have my most sincere gratitude for that. Administration, we have the best administration and staff in the area. I've looked, I've questioned people, I've asked. It's the best. Steve, you and all your people are amazing. All of us have sung your praises up here from time to time. I'm just doing it again now. Your hard work and commitment to your craft makes Wixom one of the best places in Michigan to live. And you make all of us up here look real good. So thank you. Finally, to the residents of Wixom, thank you for your trust you've placed in me. It's been an honor to represent this wonderful city. I've always tried to make decisions that would reflect the values of our town, and I hope I've lived up to that goal. Luckily, I get to represent Wixom along with a few other communities as its county commissioner now. So I will carry with me the lessons and experience from my time on this council, and I expect it to serve me well. Thank you again for the opportunity to serve. It has been my honor. God bless you all. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Laus Deo. Thank you.
Yep, and I'd like to wish happy holidays to everybody as well. And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Support.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. It's cake time.
Kick down.